Hey again, welcome back. This week we're going to improve support to the shoulder and dynamic control of the shoulder blade. We're going to restore our ability to internally and externally rotate the shoulder. And so with this, what you're going to see here is these are the basic assessment patterns. We have pattern one, and with this, the shoulder is extended behind the back and externally rotated. And in pattern two, we have the shoulder fully flexed overhead and externally rotated. And we're going to work these patterns independently. We're also going to work on both static and dynamic control. We need adequate dissociation right to left. We need movement and stability, and we need these sides to be able to do that independently. Remember, the scapula has direct attachments not just to the ribcage and the spine, but also to the head and the neck. So a loss of stability and motor control here can just lead to all kinds of problems in the entire region. As long as the shoulders are pain-free, grip the band, grip your exercise band from below and from above. The great thing about this exercise is that we're improving static and dynamic stability and motor control of the shoulder on both sides at the same time. You'll want to select a band that's challenging, but we don't want to go into fatigue if our goal is motor control. This is not necessarily a strengthening exercise. Remember, we need good control of the movement before we begin strengthening. Take care of the neurologic component first, and strengthening becomes easier later. So you'll see here, I don't start with excessive tension in the band. This could lead to muscle strain and pain. You may even want to start with several inches of slack in the band and let the band begin to tighten somewhat around halfway through the motion. So what you'll notice here, and we've already cycled through once, now we're going into pattern two. So if we're working dynamic control of pattern two, pattern one is in a static control position. The triceps are flexed, the elbow is extended, and we're holding this in position as we work overhead flexion. So now we're going to go into dynamic control of pattern one. Overhead, keep that elbow straight, keep the triceps engaged, keep that arm as close to the head as possible, and work on pressing that band down and away in pattern one. So once again, back to pattern two, pressing down, and you can see there, I push that band away from my hips. Now I'm working dynamic control overhead, static control from below. If any of this becomes painful, be sure to stop immediately. Some muscle and fatigue is fine, maybe even a deep ache in the muscles if the shoulder gets tired, but sharp and shooting pain is never okay with these exercises. Stop and get some help and figure out what's wrong. Perform this exercise for 15 repetitions from above and below on both sides twice a day. As always, keep in mind that this exercise is just one piece in a larger recovery picture. This exercise by itself is not a long-term solution for significant shoulder, ribcage, and spinal dysfunction. So if you'd like to learn more about better movement and how your shoulder is related to the spine, the ribcage, and even the head and the neck, then your first step is to make sure that you have the correct diagnosis, a clear picture of how this entire region works together, so you can begin to experience pain relief and restoration of function. Click the schedule button. Let's make sure that you're not wasting your time practicing exercises that may not help. Thanks for watching, and I will see you here again soon.